with us here for the conference. Excuse me. So just a quick, I'll share my screen for a second with a quick introduction. Could you let me share my screen? So welcome everybody. And look, just to give you a quick agenda, what we're going to do in this session is I'll do a brief introduction. I'll get you to introduce yourselves if you could. And then what we'll do is I'll hand over to Tamsin who'll walk you through a little bit about how the platform works. So look, let me just share my screen. So this is the conference. Welcome everybody. It's both in person and online. And in fact, just so you get a sense of the conference, we have 77 people attending the conference in person in Vienna at the University of Vienna. And we have 29 people who are participating online and over 80 pieces of digital media. So one important thing is that for those people who are online, many of the people who've presented, who are presenting at the conference have also recorded their sessions. So there are 80 sessions where you can attend. So we've tried to build it so both the online and the on-site people can all relate to each other. So it's the University of Vienna. I might mention as well, seeing as I'm on this page, that in fact the next year's conference is also going to be in Europe in Berlin. So in Berlin. So we hope you might be able to attend again, either again online or in person, whichever works for you. A little thing about the conference too is that that when you go to these asynchronous sessions, so all the sessions are asynchronous. In fact, even the plenaries, we're recording the plenaries, so you'll get to see the plenaries. And soon after the plenary, it will be the recording will be available on the website for you to participate in the plenary. One very important thing, and this is for the people who are in person as well, is use this site for discussions. You know, in an in-person conference, there isn't much time at the end of a session to talk about things. You know, so rushing on to the next session, and there's only a space for a few questions. There's all the space in the world here to interact as much as you can. And a little tip about the software is that even though people won't be in the asynchronous session when you go to it, almost certainly there'll be nobody there, it triggers an email which brings them back. So, and so one kind of rule that we have is, for goodness sake, when you get to one of these online sessions, leave a comment, preferably something substantial so the discussion can go on, and then that will trigger an email where you can come back in and continue the conversation with the other person or the presenter or the other participants in the group asynchronously. So that's a little bit of a tip about how to navigate the conference. And Tamsin shortly will take you through the website and show you how that's done if you're not familiar with it already. The other thing I want to say is this is part of a longer process. So that, yes, we've got the conference now, here are the presentations, but also we want you to, if you can, and if you're ready to do that, to write your material up as a peer-reviewed paper for the journal. And if I go over here, this is the Constructed Environment Journal over in the bookstore. You can see there, over the years, we've built up a rich body of material, 7 books, 550 journal articles. So it's a really great resource. So as a member of the research network, you are able to access this resource. And one thing we plead with you to do is to use this resource and to cite other people in the community. That's one way in which you honor other people's work. Here with the advanced search, there is a way to get down, you don't want to be scrolling through 557 pieces of work, but there's an advanced search there where you probably find something which is very closely connected to what your interests are. Another tip about the conference, by the way, is go to things which are not closely connected. You might be surprised by the lateral connections between one session and another. So go to things which are off topic for you, surprising, interesting, and you never know what you might get when what you might gain when you do that. So that's my brief introduction. Tamsin, anything that I needed to say that I haven't mentioned here in the intro?
Not that I can think of right now, Bill, but maybe something will come up as people introduce themselves.
Right. Look, we're going to go around and get you to introduce yourselves. And Tamsin, look, what I might do is I might get you to put the links in, and I'll follow the links rather than me follow the tiles. So if you just get one link at a time and put them in, we'd like you folks to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you'll be saying at the conference and what brings you to the conference, where you're from, and what brings you to the conference and what you'll be saying. So as soon as the first link comes up, I will start doing the introductions. Sorry, Tamsin. Sometimes, by the way, apologies to everybody. Sometimes our software, which is groaning from overuse, is a little bit slow. So we ask you all to be patient with it because it's we're in the business of rebuilding the whole thing. To be quite frank, we've got over 300,000 accounts here in Scholar now, and it's bigger than what it was ever meant to be. So we're in the process of rebuilding. So yes. So Tamsin, if you put you put in the chat, you'll put
Yes, I've put the first person in the chat, and then that's Aliosia Mozato. Forgive me if I've mispronounced your name. Would you like to unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, Aliosia?
And by the way, if you don't speak English, say it in Spanish, and we won't. I'm not a Spanish speaker, but the other people may be. So we don't want to intimidate people who. Oh no, the presentation in English. So yes, would you like to tell us a little bit about your session? No problems if you can't. You might be in a noisy Starbucks,
or if you could just write a few words of introduction in the chat, Aliosia.
But I can read out reasons and values for ahistorical architecture, Gianni Polesio and the Venice Laboratory. And you're a PhD student in Venice, in Italy. And look, I can see you've had 160 engagements already, which is wonderful. I'm very pleased to see that. All right, let's move to the next one then. And as I say, if you're available, if you want to come back in and say hello at a later point. The next one is Maria Teresa. Would you be able to say a few words about yourself? And there's your paper.
Hello, I'm architect Maria Teresa Lopez from Bulacan State University, Philippines. So my title, the title of my presentation is Revitalization of the Historical Town Center that is in Malolos, Bulacan. So should I say more?
You can say a little bit more if you like, or we can go on to the next one. It's up to you.
I think that's all.
Okay, that's great. Well, look, folks, again, I can see you've had 59 people who've been to your session already, which is just wonderful. So, and as I say, folks, for goodness sake, when you go to a session, leave a comment. People often, with the internet these days and social media, a lot of people just watch and don't comment. So I know it's hard to break that habit sometimes, but if you possibly could, that would be great. All right, and the next one I have is
that's Chook.
It's Chook.
There you go. I wasn't sure how to.
I already asked Chooks to correct me last time I spoke with him, and he told me that he, for us people, we use the name Chooks.
Okay, Chooks, great to have you here, and thank you for being a
yes,
willing presenter.
The name is Chukwumobi Ibe, but the short version is Chooks, which is easier to pronounce. Okay. And I'm in my second year of my PhD studies at Sheffield Hallam University, where I also teach as a graduate teaching assistant. And I am researching about building deconstruction. I'm trying to develop a technical framework that would help in deconstructing instead of knocking down precast concrete buildings, so we can get back the materials, reuse them in other building projects, like reuse for reuse purposes. And my paper is a little bit from my PhD studies, which is I will be talking about using multi-criteria assessment in determining end-of-life factors for a building, how we weigh factors, how we use more MCA to determine factors which actually weigh more for end-of-life options, which are available for concrete buildings.
That's obviously a very important issue insofar as you know, there's such one of the issues around concrete buildings is the amount of energy that's gone into their construction. So how that energy is not just simply thrown away and reused and recycled. So yeah, no, it's a really great topic, crosses over between questions of the built environment, environmental sustainability, and so on. So wonderful, and thank you for being a willing emerging scholar and working with us at the conference. 77 engagements, fantastic. The next person I have is Isabelita.
Yes. Hi, I'm Isabelita Enriquez from the Philippines. I'm an assistant professor at at Bulacan State University, and my research is adaptive reuse of the ruins of Casa Tribunal de Malolos. And the plan is to convert the ruins into an art hub, which will house visual arts, music, and literature. This can be a place for them to have a painting sessions. It can also be used as a gallery. I guess that's it.
Wonderful, fantastic. It's well, welcome to the conference. Great to have you here. 103 engagements already. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The next person we have is Mazarin Sultana and Shubha Chowdhury. Now, I think they were having trouble connecting before. So if you're not able to speak at this time, that's no problems. Human-centric transformative design, data-driven decision-making, immersive virtual reality design, participation approaches for reimagining architectural spaces. Yeah, excellent. That's where this whole digital universe meets the business of constructing and reconstructing the environment. So welcome and great to have you here joining us at the conference. And the next one we have is Masood, who's a PhD student from the University of Auckland.
Another one of our emerging scholars.
Another emerging scholar, fantastic.
Maksud, can you introduce yourself? If you're there and can hear us and able.
I can read out what neoliberal planning and practice, use value or exchange value, post-Marxian examination of Auckland's affordability issue. The whole issue of housing and affordability, it's a global issue. So, but it's wonderful to be hearing your perspective from New Zealand about that particular question. Masood, if you're there, you can jump in and say hello, but if you're not and unable to speak at the moment, that's fine. It's obviously an incredibly important topic just at this moment for so many people around the world. So thank you for being here and with us. And that's the same one. Yeah.
We still, I don't know if you've seen Nelisa Del Mundo. I think that you might have missed that link in the chat. Nelisa, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Del Mundo Angeles, and I will be presenting in person tomorrow. I'm grouped under the social impacts group. So my research is about imitationalism to instrumentalism. This is actually my third research about art inclined towards global citizenship and social development goals.
Very, very nice indeed.
Fantastic. I'll see you tomorrow.
Glad you're able to make it in person conference. So have we been around the whole group now?
I think that's everyone, yes.
All right, well, look, I'm going to leave you with Tamsin now, who's going to go through.
And I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen.
Before I jump out, next year's conference is at Berlin. And just before I jump out as well, use this resource. I'm just going to remind, for the people who came a little bit late, this is the bookstore. You have access to 557 pieces of work, 7 books, 550 articles. It's a great resource. Use advanced search to find things. Be sure to cite them. And the other thing I want to say is be sure, even if you're at the conference in person, to go to the pages where the sessions are virtually, leave a comment. Never leave a page without a comment. So that's my final word. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Tamsin now, who's going to walk you through the software a bit.
Thank you. I'm hoping you can all see my screen. Maybe give me a thumbs up or something, just to let me know that you're able to see my screen. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the event microsite, explain a little bit about how to engage in the conference, thanks Isabelita, both in person and online only, making sure to just really highlight things that might be important throughout the next couple of days. I will put the email address in the chat shortly. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at any point in time. You know, it could be something as simple as I've forgotten my login. We're online looking for questions like this over the next couple of days, so let us know. Okay, so let's get started. There are a number of different ways to get to the conference microsite. You can do that through cgscholar.com. You can do that through the website here. You can see there's a button that says Event Microsite. If you log in and you're in cgscholar.com, first thing is make sure you log in. Please also go to your profile and update that. Throughout the event schedule, your name, if it appears next to your presentation or if you're in another session, it will be hyperlinked to your profile page. So I strongly recommend that you update your profile so that people can know about, you know, your history, you know, where you studied, where you are working now, your interest in this type of thing. You can do that by one of two ways. Firstly, in the top right-hand side of the page, you can go down to account settings under your name. You can see where I'm highlighting there. If you are on the community page and you've just logged in, you can go to this sort of golden yellow bar and go down to your profile and update it through there. That will be this page, and then you can click on account settings from there. You'll see that I have a number of different communities that I'm a member of. Yours will include the constructed environment community. You can click on that for more information about the journal and upcoming next year's conferences, upcoming conferences. Your community page will also show your list of peers. As we move through now, I'll show you how to add peers, and that's a great way to connect with other people in your field and other people in the community. So I'll show you that as we move through. But just my first point of today is please make sure to update your profile so that everyone can learn more about you when it's hyperlinked in the program. From there, there's a number of different ways to get to the microsite. If you're lost in any way, you can always go to your name and go down to your events, and that will take you to the events that you're registered for. You can come back here and to the website and click on the page. That will take you to the About page. You can also go ahead and click on Event here, and you can see the conference there. As long as you're logged in, you should be able to see everything that you need to. Now, this is the About page. This is just a bit, as it says, a little bit of information about the conference. Importantly, the address of the conference tomorrow for those who are attending in person, but also more information about the special focus as well as the book imprint and the journal. These are the links that Bill was showing you a little bit earlier. I do want to call your attention to this link here. This is the e-program and conference user guide. This includes information about the history of the conference, as well as a welcome letter from our research network chair, information about our fantastic emerging scholars, our plenary speakers, and special events in the conference. At the end is information about CGScholar, the event microsite, and much of what I'm saying right now. This session is recorded and it will be uploaded to the event schedule, but if for some reason I'm talking too quickly, you don't want to rewatch the video, you can go ahead and download the PDF of this user guide that will show you how to do the things that I'm mentioning now, such as signing in, updating your profile picture, how to search in the presentations tab, and things like that. So it's a great resource to come back to if you feel like you're getting a little bit lost and you're not sure quite where to go. Instead of watching a video, you might be at work and not wanting to use the sound. So that's the About page. You can see here that mine says submit a proposal. If you have an accepted proposal for the conference, your tab here will say your proposal. Now, this is the tab that you use to see information about your presentation, and it is at the bottom of that presentation page where you will upload your digital media for the conference. Please note that all online-only presenters in themed paper presentations and poster presentations do present asynchronously via digital media. So you are required to upload that digital media as your form of presentation for the conference. We do strongly advise our in-person delegates to also upload digital media. This creates a richer experience for everyone, for both the in-person delegates and the online-only delegates. It means that we can, as a resource that we can come back to again and again. We can view. I went to this really great presentation in Vienna and I wanted to go back and review the PowerPoint or review the session. If that in-person delegate has uploaded digital media, that's possible. So that is where you will upload your digital media. Please also note that if you upload digital media, we do have a review process, so it won't appear on your presentation page immediately. We are reviewing them as fast as we can. You will receive an email when it's been uploaded, and you will receive an email when it's been reviewed. So please take a look for those emails, check your junk mail just in case you're missing anything. But please know that we're trying to review them as fast as possible. Your digital media can be all types of files. We take PDFs, MP4s, embedded Vimeo and YouTube links, as well as PowerPoint presentations with sound over the top. It can be a whole range of things. So please, sorry, I'm just going to let someone in from the waiting room while we keep going. Your registration is exactly what it sounds like. It's information about your registration. Yours will look a little bit different to mine, but it is also where you can download your receipt and any information that you might need to provide to your university or institution regarding your registration. I'm going to skip this presentations tab for just 1 minute so I can just highlight quickly this special events tab. This is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's where you would sign up for special events like the conference dinner and the sessions that we're in now. If you need to sign up for anything like that and it's not available, please see me at the registration desk tomorrow and I'll make sure that you're all sorted out. Presentations. One thing I do want to highlight, I'm going to close some windows here so I don't have too many things going on at the same time. On this first tab, you can see that I'm following one presentation here. I've done this just so I can show you that this following tab is unique to you and unique to your profile. I might follow presentations related to concrete. I've just made something up, but you might have completely different interests. So this following tab is unique to you. It's a place where you can come back and see the presentations that you're interested in again and again, rewatch the digital media, review any comments that might be in the discussion boards related to that presentation, an easy sort of tab away to get back to those presentations that you're interested in. Featured presentations. Featured presentations are our fantastic emerging scholars. We have a great emerging scholar program. They're from a really international group all around the world. They've applied for the Emerging Scholar Award. A lot of them are presenting at our conference and we like to highlight their work. So these, if you're interested, you can see here, I'll use you as an example, Chooks. We can go ahead and click on that name, which is a hyperlink, and that will take me to that presentation, to that profile page. And what I'm going to do is, because Chooks is already one of my peers, I'm able to send a message. If for some reason, well, I'm not sure if I'm peers with everyone yet. So let me just join up and see if Maksud, I'm going to add you as a peer here, and that will send you an email that you can accept, and then we can communicate that way. One thing to note as well is if I click here, I can see that this presentation, the room, the date, and the time, if I click on this link, it will take me to that exact place in the event schedule, which is right here. I can go ahead and follow that presentation if I want to. So yes, these are our great emerging scholars. If, for example, I'm only interested in seeing presentations related to the special focus, I can go to and search by theme, and I can go down and scroll and find the special focus and see everything that's related to that. If it's an online asynchronous presentation, it will take me to that tab in the program and show me where that presentation is. So I can go ahead and follow along with people that way. So then we can see that one there. By type, if I only want to see workshops or poster presentations, I can go ahead and scroll down and find them that way. Alphabetical, I can search by the title of the presentation. It's alphabetical there. And most importantly is this search function at the end. Say, for example, you've been speaking to John and you can't remember what he was presenting on and when. We can go ahead and search. I'm going to use someone in the now who's in the chat so that we can search. We can go ahead and click on that person's name there and find them that way. So that's perhaps the easiest way if you have pieces of information to search a person's name there. I'm going to jump over to the schedule now just so that we can run through the events of the next couple of days together to make sure we're all on the same page. So here we are today. We're in this online welcome and training session now. If you click on the title of any of these presentations, it will take you to the description. And this is where the video of this session will be uploaded shortly after the end of the session. If, for example, we end this, if for example, you join the session and you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask those in the discussion board. I'm going to go ahead and click here. So tomorrow we'll start off, this is the address of the sessions. We'll start off with the conference opening and welcome. So I can go ahead and click on the title of any of these to read a little bit more about the presentation. The recording of the plenary sessions will be uploaded here shortly after the session. And if you have any questions for our plenary speaker, you can go ahead and click the join the discussion button there to ask any questions in the chat. We will then move into our talking circles, which are kind of a nice informal session for our in-person delegates where they can meet each other based around the themes of the conference. If you're an online only delegate, we do have an online only talking circle, which is on Saturday the 6th. And that will be, I'm just going to scroll down the bottom to look at the time because I don't want to tell you the wrong time, 5 o'clock, which is Vienna time. So you can go ahead and join that session. I think I might have skipped ahead and confused myself a little bit. One moment, sorry everyone. And then we roll into the other sessions. And then we have another plenary session in the afternoon. I want to highlight the online only tab. As you can see, our online only sessions are themed the same way our in-person sessions are. So if I go ahead and click on the title of that presentation, title of that panel, it will bring up all the information related to each of the presentations in that session. We can also see that some of these titles have view digital media buttons next to them and some do not. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one that does not. And we can go down here and request the digital media to follow this presentation. Now, what this does is this author will now, this presenter will now receive an email saying someone's interested in your digital media and they want you to upload your presentation. When it's uploaded, you as the requester will receive an email saying the digital media has now been uploaded. Please take the link to go and view that digital media. But we can go ahead and view the digital media. We'll use Megan as an example by clicking on this blue button just here. We can scroll down and see that she's uploaded an embedded video and a PDF. And then we can join the discussion. One thing to note is that this discussion board is for the panel, not for the individual presentations. So if you have an individual question for one of the presentations, please refer to that person and their presentation so they know that you're talking to them. But we like to look at the connections between the presentations. They've been themed together for a reason. So let's bridge this sort of gap between these presentations, online presentations, and think about what questions might be relevant for all of the presenters in the panel. You will see our online only emerging scholars in the discussion boards asking questions over the next couple of days as well. Really watching those presentations and engaging with the digital media that way. Let's keep using Megan as an example. I can go ahead and follow that presentation. That will bring her presentation up in my following tab. And I'm getting quite a selection of following tabs there. And then I can go ahead and click on her name there to learn more about Megan. I feel like I may have talked a little quickly. And what I'm going to do is stop sharing and perhaps open it up for questions. Please let me know if you need clarification on anything, or if you're unsure about how to engage in the conference over the next couple of days. Yeah, feel free to raise your hand, ask a question. Sorry, I've got to open my chat. I can see it. Maria Teresa, can I still upgrade my presentation for tomorrow? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by upgrade. I might ask you to just sort of unmute and clarify.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
I already sent Megan a question this morning because I have edited my presentation, my PDF file, which I submitted last time. It was already accepted. I have
so
a
you wanted
PowerPoint.
want to add something new, or do you want to replace what's there?
I want to replace what I have submitted.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I put the email address in the chat. If you wouldn't mind sending to the email address the presentation that you would like to replace what was there. And we can just easily swap that over for you, because once you have accepted digital media, we need to do it on your behalf. So you're not going to be able to do that. So please email it to us and we will make sure that that's swapped over as soon as possible and reviewed.
Okay, so you mean I will email to support at CG Networks?
Yes, please.
Right? Okay.
And just explain that you want to just replace the digital media that you've already uploaded and accepted with the one that's attached.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Thanks. Nelisa.
Hi, Miss Thompson.
Hi.
Are we going to bring laptops for tomorrow, or the
You
ones
don't
that we
need-
uploaded?
You don't need to. There's a computer in every single room that's linked up to a projector. If you have your presentation on a USB, that the easiest way to just bring it up on the screen is just plugging it in. So if you have it on a USB stick, that's easiest. If not, you can log into your CG. If you've uploaded digital media, if you've uploaded your presentation to CGScholar, you can log into your account and bring it up on the screen that way.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's up to you.
Also, are we going to get physical certificates or e-certificate?
These will be emailed to you after the conference.
Okay, thank you very much.
No worries. Are there any other questions? I'm always nervous when there's no other questions. I'm worried that you're going to leave and then have a question, but you can email us at any time. The discussion boards are now open, so you can start watching the digital media now and seeing what's there, requesting digital media, asking questions in the discussion board. All the presenters will receive an email when you comment in the discussion board. We have a lot of great sessions coming up over the next couple of days. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I failed to tell you, but please contact us, contact at any time if you have any questions. And with that, what I might do is say good evening or good afternoon or good morning, wherever you are in the world, and have a nice day. Bye, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.